tomorrow is the launch for my new book, Majesty. So I'm taking today to celebrate by answering questions that you've been asking about the book. So I am Makova Johnson. If you don't know me, I am a Christian women's life coach specializing in childhood emotional neglect recovery through Dr. Jonice Webb's Fuel Up for Life program and Healing Prayer. And I love to coach women and help them overcome whatever it is that they need to overcome. If you're live, say hi. If you have questions about the book or the launch or coaching, whatever, you can ask, and hopefully Facebook will show me your questions and comments today. So to start with, if you don't know me, again, I'm Makova Johnson. I live in Alaska. I have been married for 25 years. I have 4 kids. I just sent the oldest, who is 20, away for his first 4-week shift on the North Slope of Alaska. He'll be a mechanic's apprentice in the oil field. And my youngest is 2.5, and she's over here playing with Play-Doh. And then I have one who is about to start an apprenticeship program as a heavy equipment operator, and one that's a senior in high school. So it's a little bit about me. Mess to Majesty. Why did I write it? Is, I guess, a good place to start. It actually was an assignment. I'm part of a coaching program because obviously I believe in investing in coaching. And so the assignment was to write a book and learn how to, get it on Amazon and promote and all that stuff. But I really wanted to write something that would have an impact and would kind of reveal some of the keys that have been helpful to me in my own transformation. And I have, for most of my life, felt I was a huge, huge mess. So big of a mess that God couldn't fix me. And if he could, I was going to mess that up somehow. And I still struggle with that sometimes. But he's taught me a lot along the way. I've grown a lot. And that's what I wanted to communicate in Mess to Majesty, is that he is okay with our mess, so we can be okay with our mess. And how I did that was I chose 4 women from the Bible who brought their mess to Jesus. And what did that look like? And so how do we know that Jesus is okay with our mess? And so we see in the woman at the well, the woman with the issue of blood, the woman with the alabaster box, and Mary. We see 4 different women with messes in different stages, and how Jesus related to them, and how he ministered to them. And so it's kind of a devotional, I guess, it's a devotional. So it's 5 days a week, and the first day is the woman's story from the Bible, and the next 4 stories are stories of my life that I feel like connect to a similar kind of mess, or similar, at least emotional state of mess, as the woman from the Bible. And each day has an activation, because I really want transformation and didn't want to just write my story so you know more about me. I want to share my story so that you can be transformed. So yeah, there's just 4 weeks of devotions, 5 days a week. They're short, and the people that have been reading the pre-launch copy have been giving me back just encouraging. Looking for other questions. How long did it take to write? I never know how to answer that question. I mean, it's taken a lifetime, because it's lessons I've learned over a lifetime. But I outlined it and started writing in June. And, just wrote in nap times, wrote on coffee breaks not really a coffee break. Kind of call it a coffee break. Like, leave my toddler with someone and go to a coffee shop for 2 or 3 or 4 hours and write. So I did that several times over the summer, and just the editing and whatever. So probably 3, at least 3 months to write it. But I have no idea, like, hours, and I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how to answer that question. Another question, which woman did I relate to the most as I was writing? And that's a hard one to answer too, because I relate with all of them, just different parts. So I relate with Mary most because I kind of feel like I'm in a similar season right now. For most of my life, I feel like I most relate to the woman with the issue of blood. And the one I struggle to relate with the most is the woman with the alabaster box, because just such deep gratitude, and I feel like as much as I want to, gratitude is something I struggle with. And I'm starting to learn, I think that's in part the CEN, that I just don't have a good grasp on what gratitude actually looks like. So I might be better at it than I think I am. But I really struggled to write her story and make it feel genuine because I wasn't entirely sure that I was getting it right, I guess. And let's see, other stories.
You have that like this.
Or other questions.
You can have it like that.
I'd written down what was most challenging. So what it was challenging to write the story of the woman with the alabaster box. And the other thing that was challenging was just to actually write a story. Because I had the idea of the stories and sharing my stories, but when I submitted it to my editor, she's like, you didn't actually write very many stories. You know, of the 20 days of stories, should be 20 stories, and there was maybe 5. She's like, you're giving facts, you're giving information, but you're not actually telling a story. And so through her encouragement and teaching, basically rewrote the whole thing once I started the editing process, which often happens, to actually write stories that are hopefully engaging and impactful, because they're a story, so you can enter into it instead of just trying to absorb information, which is what I wanted. So that was definitely challenging because I have always told myself I didn't know how to write stories. And so accepted that challenge and saw that indeed I can write a story, and it's kind of fun. See, I don't see anybody jumping on, but the other question that I've gotten is, how can I get a hard copy? So the book releases on Amazon tomorrow, October 15th, and it will be free October 15, 16, and 17 of 2019, in case you're watching this video in the future. So it'll be a free download if you get the e-version. The paperback is still in process. The formatting isn't finished yet. As soon as it is, I will announce it and let you know that it's on Amazon. And I will personally be getting hard copies. So if you'd like one signed, you'll just have to message me, because I haven't fully figured out how I'm going to navigate that yet. But I will be able to get you hard copies if you want one signed, or you can just get a hard copy from Amazon, and, you know, free shipping and all of that. And if you're local, I will be at Colony High the Saturday after Thanksgiving, where you could get a copy, or, you know, I can meet up with you when I'm in town or something. So if you watch the replay and have questions, please leave them. And I just want to just thank all of you for your support, and I hope that if you do read Majesty, you would let me know how it impacts you and if it connected, and just pray that you have an amazing week, and we will catch you next week on Monday with Mako.